This is the Keep Pounding channel. Welcome back for the final video in the series of day 3 in training camp. And I would just like to say that I had a ton of fun this week, with training camp these last 2 days. And regardless of the blistering heat, the humidity off the charts. And let's get into this. First of all, let's just jump right into this first issue, because this is the most important issue of the entire video, and that's Daryl Williams. Now, for those of you that don't know, he went down with a injury, and he had to be carted off in training camp today. We're still not sure of his status. They haven't released any info yet. Ron says, keep your fingers crossed. That's about all we're probably going to get until tomorrow, most likely, until they run the tests and MRIs. So we'll see what happens. But the reason I highlighted this first is because it's a camp injury on the first day that we have full pads. And I mean, and not only that, that is a crucial player on our offensive line at right tackle. So, I am told that Taylor Moton will take over. And the official YouTube channel put out a video of an interview of him saying he was ready to go. He looked really good so far in camp the past 2 days. I've been very happy with him. He's actually blocked a good bit and opened up runs for McCaffrey and Cameron Otis Payne, so that's really good. But let's jump into some of the other numbers that I saw today. First of all, starting with the tight ends. The tight ends looked really good. We'll get to that number in a minute. But we're going to go by number. That's probably easiest. 15. We've got Jamal Jones at wide receiver. Now, Jamal Jones, I noticed his name yesterday when I was looking through the roster, and I didn't see him do a doggone thing in day 2. But you start to see and showcase the other players in days 3 and 4, maybe 5. You get to see what everybody can do, and then they all start blending in with drills and subs and subbing in and out for different plays, different drills. But Jamal Jones really impressed me today. I wasn't expecting that. To be honest, I was not. I thought, we got enough wide receivers going in and out, making plays. You got the Birdman making crazy plays. You don't think about the third string and the fourth string wide receivers that are still trying to make the team or even just practice squad. And Jamal Jones is in that bucket right there. And he made a few impressive catches today. That really turned my head. Getting to number 18, which is Bird. I mean, we all know what Bird can do. Let's just look at it at face value. He's a South Carolina Gamecock. Through and through. We all know what he can do. When Cam throws in the ball, you know exactly what's going to happen. Nine times out of 10, it's going to be a catch, and it's going to be an interesting one, and it's going to turn heads at Cam. So, 24. And I shouted the fact out that he was a South Carolina Gamecock for my friend Jared Phillips that was joining me in camp today. And I want to thank him for his valuable input on player names and numbers. That was very useful for the channel. And also, we had a great time together, hanging out. So, whenever we get a chance to do so, we definitely will try to get at least one camp in together a year. I would love to have him back on the channel at some point. Do a few debates. We'll see what happens. We'll see what you guys want to see in the future. So the next one is James Bradbury. Now Bradbury, here's the thing. I was looking for some big things out of the corners this year. And it started in day 3. Day 3, you really got to see the corners shine. Bradbury, Gunter, Seymour. You got to see a little bit more out of all of the secondary, with Mike Adams holding it down and on defense as always, setting the tone on defense. He looked good. Bradbury looked great. I was very happy with him. He was showing early 2017 playmaking ability just like he did last year, which is what we should expect from him. Not the last 3 games of 2018. 2017 level play, because I felt like he got a little lazy in those last 3 games last year of the regular season, and it did cost us. So I do want to point that out, and I want to say he's back on track. So if he can play with that level of consistency again in 2018, I see him as the number 1 starter at corner. I mean, there's no debate on that one. He looks good. He looks like pretty much he could start for the year. So let's get to the next number. 26 is Dante Jackson. Forgive me, I'm still learning this roster. That's why I'm having to constantly refer back to it in the videos. But Dante Jackson made a couple of really good plays today. He stood out. He broke some passes up. The main thing that concerns me with the corners is I did see a little bit of holding and a little bit of pass interference. But they'll get that straightened out. I'm pretty sure that won't carry over into preseason. But, again, corners are a huge, huge concern for us this year. Particularly since we had a lot of trouble last year with that position. And I've been paying special attention to that today. So let's get to the next number, 34, which is Cameron Artis-Payne. And y'all already know what Cameron Artis-Payne is capable of, what he can do. But I saw him bust like 4 or 5 runs today. That was pretty good. His number was called upon yesterday too, a few times. He busted a few yesterday as well, courtesy of Taylor Moton, who blocked Luke Kuechly yesterday. So that was impressive. And also speaking of Taylor Moton, he looked really good in strength drills as far as blocking. there was a particular drill where the tight ends and the linebackers would have to block for the quarterback and allow for enough time for the quarterback to throw. Within 3.5 seconds at least, and they all did a really good job of that. Um, I'm gonna try not to make this video too long, but let's go to number 80, which is Ian Thomas. Ian Thomas impressed me a lot today, with blocking and with catching as well. Cam looked really good, arm wise, accuracy wise, thought process wise. He checked down, he recognized the blitz, he did great. That's. I was pretty happy with Gilbert. He had moments where he wasn't sure who to throw to, and he had an open man, but he made the best of it. Now, as far as the other two quarterbacks, I didn't really get that much time to really record any stuff for them, but I was significantly happy with them and their recognition of the blitz and their awareness. I did see some drop passes today, which concerned me a little, but that'll get straightened out. With Norv Turner at the helm, that'll get straightened out real quick. And lastly, while I was there at camp, a few people asked me about Julius Peppers and my friend Jared about Julius Peppers, whether he was going to be practicing today or not. He was in stretches, but he did not actually practice or participate in most of the drills. So I'm sure you'll probably hear that from the coaches in the videos, but I wanted to say that on this channel as well so that everyone knows that that's what the deal was there. So back to Daryl Williams. I just wanted to touch on this one more time because this is a critical spot on our offensive line. We've got to have stability on our offensive line. You guys know why. You saw the 2016 season. You saw why it went down the drain. And it was because the O-line could not protect Cam. It wasn't... People want to blame Cam all the time. And it wasn't necessarily him. If he had the time to throw the ball and make the decisions he needed to make, work on his mechanics, he could have completed a lot more passes. Or overthrown wide receivers. Depending on the way you look at it, whether you're a Cam fan or not. But it's all a matter of perspective for me. Hopefully, Daryl Williams will be okay. His screams of pain, though, that's what worries me. Because, when he went down, it was like the entire camp the wind just got knocked out of us while we were watching him scream out in pain. And I was just like, God, my heart goes out to him. My heart absolutely goes out to him, and I hope he's okay. And more importantly, I really hope he does not have an ACL tear or anything that could knock him out for the season, because that's scary for our progress and for our future this year. So with that in mind, we'll keep an eye on updates. I'll post a video as soon as I know what's going on with him, and I'll let you guys know. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the final thoughts and update on day 3 of Panthers training camp. The final thoughts, we're wrapping that up. We're going into day 4. I do not have a camp day scheduled on my calendar for a while, so I will let you guys know when that's going to happen. Take it easy, guys. Keep pounding.